Well then, how can you tell when you're really in love?
Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Some of you that know me may actually be laughing at this video title thinking, Ella, you can't budget, like what are you talking about? You were £800 onto your overdraft during first year. And to that I would say, you used to be right. I made a lot of mistakes with budgeting during first year. A lot of them they're just obvious things you shouldn't do, but I just basically overspent during my first year. I was a bit of an idiot with money, wasting money on takeaways and meal deals and coffees and like expensive vodka. Like, who buys expensive vodka? Not me. And basically today I wanted to tell you guys how to budget. Now I'm in second year, I feel like I'm very well educated on this topic. I'm doing very well with budgeting at the moment. I've really got a good system down, and I actually just wanted to share those tips with you because genuinely learning how to budget has astronomically changed my life in terms of I'm able to do so much more, I'm able to put my money to the right places, I've started saving my money. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my top tips for budgeting and also how to get out and stay out of your overdraft. If you get a lump sum of money into your bank account, say your instalments of your maintenance loan, say you get about £1.5 into your bank account and you're thinking, right, how am I going to distribute this money? The first thing I would say is to divide this money into how many weeks there are in your term. So if there are 13 weeks, divide £1.5 into 13. I'm not doing that math because I'm rubbish at maths, but divide that into 13 and work out how much it is that you have per week. If you budget yourself for any more than a week, then it can start to get really confusing as to where your money actually goes. My second tip is to break down your money into sections. So these sections could include grocery shopping, travel, nights out, meal deal / coffee if you have those. I know in first year laundry can be spenny, it can be a lot of money, like £3 a wash, £1 a dry kind of money. So I would definitely make sure you put money aside for that and just be realistic with how much money you're actually going to spend on things. If there's 1 week where you're going to spend more on say society memberships, or say there's a massive night coming up that you want to buy an outfit for, then budget for that. Make sure you spend less on going out the week before. Just break up your budget into different sections and say, right, £30 is going to go on grocery shopping, £10 is going to go on travel, etc, etc. And then once you've made these sections, make sure you actually stick to those budget amounts that you've set for yourself. There's no point setting a budget or even making a budget if you're just going to go above and beyond what you've set for yourself. So make sure you're strict with yourself and that you know exactly how much you're going to spend within each section. The next thing I'd say is actually to have 2 separate bank accounts. Now, I haven't seen anyone else say this tip online, but it is something that I find really helps me budget my money. I have my student bank account, which is with Santander. It's where my overdraft is, it's where my money gets deposited into, where my maintenance money goes into. I then have my Monzo account, which I then transfer my weekly budget onto each week. That way I can see exactly how much I've got at the end of the week. I can actually see on my statement, because the statement's really clear on Monzo, how much I've spent on each thing. Monzo is actually really helpful as well because it has a budget section within the app, so you can say per week how much you want to spend on groceries, how much you want to spend on going out, and it will actually divide that money. It'll actually divide your costs up into that as you spend, which I think is really great. Branching off from this, if you are going on a night out and say you only want to spend £20, clear all the money off your budget bank account card, put £20 on there, and then connect your Uber to your other student bank account that has the surplus of your money in. This way you'll only spend £20 on drinks on a night out, but if you need to get home for any reason and say you spent too much money on drinks or whatever, then you can still get an Uber, it's not a stress if you don't have enough money in your card for a taxi to go home. Never buy food more than 3 days in advance. Now, unless you're planning on freezing all your meals or all of your meals can keep in the cupboard, then I would never buy fresh food more than 3 days in advance. Or do a big shop all in one in general. That was one massive mistake I made in first year. I would buy a load of fruit and vegetables at the start of the week, and obviously because I'm only eating for one person, it wouldn't all get eaten, so I'd have to throw half of it away, and that's so much money wasted. Sticking with grocery shopping, a really good tip that I discovered in first year through my friends is to buy frozen vegetables and meat and buy supermarket brand owned vodka. I've actually found that the chicken and the veg is exactly the same quality as what you get in the fresh section, but it is a fraction of the price. It is so much cheaper and it's so much more economical for you to shop frozen as well because it can't go off, it stays in the freezer. It's you know, it's in the ice, it cannot go off. Yeah, that's one tip. Supermarket branded vodka. If you're going to be a snob about how vodka tastes, then to be fair, we all put it with the same mixer, and if you're being honest with yourself, it really doesn't taste any different, and it has the same percentage of alcohol in it. And you save a lot of money on it. Smirnoff vodka can cost £14 a bottle, whereas the same amount of vodka can cost £12 if it's Tesco own. So just be like aware of that. Like, buy the cheapest alcohol there is. Let's be honest. Nobody is drinking to like enjoy the taste of drink at uni. I mean I don't enjoy the taste of alcohol particularly, unless it's wine. Anyway, we'll move on swiftly. My next tip, still regarding food, is obviously don't get takeaways and meal deals. Like, they just cost so much money. Don't go supermarket shopping when you're hungry. Oh my lord, when I go supermarket when I'm hungry, I end up coming back with the most random stuff. Like, I will come back with like 3 types of different soup. I'll come back with a naan bread, a garlic bread, a pizza, some pasta sauce, a meal deal, and like a milkshake. Really just unnecessary, and like, you won't be able to eat all of that, and you'll end up spending money on junk food that you don't want, isn't good for you, and will cost you a lot of money. So just don't do it. Just go shopping on a full stomach and make a list before you go. Like, make an actual shopping list, decide what meals you're going to have each day, like, plan ahead, and that way not only are you likely to be a lot healthier with your meals, get better at cooking, but also it will save you so much money. So why wouldn't you do that? Before we go any further, you need to understand your weaknesses and like what has got you into your overdraft, or what is like costing you the most money. Why are you watching this budgeting video? Why do you need to learn how to budget? What is it that gets you? Is it going out? Is it spending too much money on food? Is it like your friends aren't paying you back for the Ubers? What is it? You need to work out where the deficit in your money is, because once you discover that, then you can work out how to combat it and sort of recognize when your weakness is there. Like, if you're like scrolling on Facebook and you see a pretty little thing ad, you can go, oh, you know, you can like swerve it, you can ignore it. Discounts! Oh, I bloody love discounts. Discounts are like the magic of the money world, especially if you're a student. You get so many discounts. If you're not signed up to uni days yet, like, honestly, where have you been? Like, they've got discounts for Spotify, for Apple Music, ASOS, Pretty Little Thing, Misguided. Honestly, if you're not on uni days, you could be saving so much money. And sometimes they have deals where it's like 20% off. Most of the time it's 10% off, but still, like, you know, and might only be like £1 or £2 here and there, but that's like a whole bus journey. That's a whole tin of soup. Like, you know, you could have a meal out of that. My final tip regarding budgeting is on part-time jobs. Now, I did not have a part-time job during first year. However, I would recommend no more than 2 days a week. This is because, honestly, unless you absolutely need a part-time job to survive, uni is so busy anyway with societies and your course and going out and everything else, that it's not worth the extra money that you get from the part-time job for the time that you'll miss out on. If you're spending both your Saturday and Sunday working, then you're not going to have any time to catch up with your friends or to go to your society meetups, or it would just hinder you so much in terms of experiencing university life. So especially in first year, I'd say no more than 1 day a week. Second year, maybe you could get away with 2, but obviously it depends on how hard your course is. The last thing you want to do is fall behind in your course. So although, yes, it's good to get a part-time job, get a bit of extra money, don't get like a 3 or 4 day, or like a, you know, it's like something that has a lot of hours, because you don't want to make that commitment. And also you don't want to let them down when it comes to exam season and you need to revise, because there's nothing worse than having a part-time job during exam season when you're just staying because you don't want to lose the job. You don't really need the money, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so that just about rounds up my how to budget / how to escape your overdraft video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed hearing my tips about budgeting. I wish I could tell myself these tips this time last year, because it would have saved me a whole lot of trouble. Being in your overdraft is not fun, and I completely get it, and honestly, like, I would so love to tell myself these tips when I was in first year. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you would like a notification every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, my handle is @AlameHorton. Follow me on there for all the most up-to-date information on what is going on in my life. Comment down below your biggest weakness when it comes to budgeting and any tips you have. Like, let's help each other, let's be the community that we all know and love, and let's help each other. I'm always all ears to hearing new tips of budgeting, let me tell you. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!